It's hard to believe the OnePlus 15 is already here, but this one's available from today in most regions of the world. While I'm not a huge fan of the new flatter design, the display is another story entirely. The new 165Hz OLED screen is the best flagship display I've tested to date, combining eye care features with impressive overall performance and image quality. Let's start with dimming. The OnePlus 15 ditches the strange 720Hz stuff the OnePlus 13 did out of the box, and goes all in on DC-like dimming from the get-go. Above 25% brightness, you're going to find one of the best flagship DC-dimmed OLED panels on the market, with a low modulation rate that only Honor seems to be able to match. 2160Hz PWM dimming kicks in below 25% brightness, with a fairly high modulation rate that may bother some of the more sensitive individuals out there. My recommendation is to keep brightness above 25% in this case, and use the new built-in reduce white point feature. That feature does an excellent job of cutting the nits down without affecting modulation. In fact, modulation is lower overall with this feature enabled at most brightness levels, making it a truly effective way to manage dimming. It's also how the display can get down to a staggeringly low 0.5 nits of brightness when used in conjunction with the standard dimming, so long as that PWM rate doesn't bother you. The default 80% white point reduction value lowers peak brightness from 1560 nits to about 920 nits according to my measurements, which is a very comfortable value. Reduce white point is the only alternative dimming option available on this phone, so there's no full PWM mode or anything like that. This display is a true 10-bit display and does not appear to utilize dithering at all. I tested it on a series of uniformly gray images, a gray gradient, around text and icons in the home screen, and on different types of HDR content, and found no obvious signs of dithering. Any uniform flickering you see here is just the brightness dip caused by OLED's refresh rate, picked up by the 480Hz slow motion video, not dithering. Now, let's take a look at that 165Hz refresh rate and the resolution. OnePlus is using a brand new OLED panel with 450 ppi pixel density, and support for 1 to 165Hz refresh rates, although the phone defaults to a maximum of 120Hz for most content. You can't even force 165Hz like most Moto phones with this type of screen do. Games like Call of Duty Mobile support native 165Hz refresh rates when you check all the boxes in the gaming tab, enabling ultra-smooth gameplay that feels noticeably different. To make things even better, the company implemented a new dedicated touch response chip that upgrades the rate to 3200 Hz. A difference you can see here in slow motion when I look around. Notice how much more closely the aiming movement follows my thumb when touch response enhancement is enabled versus the other two modes, and you'll see what I mean. With more than half a dozen major titles supported, this is a big improvement over previous generations when PUBG was basically the only supported game for these types of features. But of course, here's hoping they roll out support for more titles in the future. Even games like Fortnite played better on this despite not having official support for the new features, so I'd say there's an improvement across the board even without all the bells and whistles enabled. All in all, I'm extremely happy with this phone's display, and I wish I could just drop it onto the OnePlus 13's chassis. Who knows, maybe a case will help things for me, but I'm quite confident this one will work nicely for a lot of flicker-sensitive people, so long as OLEDs as a whole don't bother you. If you enjoy my content, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Want to pass the word around about PWM dimming? Try giving this one a hype as well. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.